This is a popular loop hike on the west side of Rocky Mountain National Park I did back in September of 2019. It's often called the CDT Loop because it's considered an alternate route on the Continental Divide Trail. To complete the loop, you hike up one drainage, you then climb above tree line and hike along the Continental Divide for several miles. Then you drop down another drainage. I started my hike just north of the town of Grand Lake at this trailhead called Tanahutu North Inlet. I hiked the first day 5 or 6 miles up to Sunset Campsite. The next day I just hiked about 3.5 to 4 miles up to Renegade Campsite, which sits right at the edge of the tree line. I got there early, set up camp, and then did a side trip up to Haynock Lakes, which I highly recommend if you're ever doing this loop. That's a really pretty area. The next day I then started the climb up above tree line. And as soon as you get to Ptarmigan Point, you can see over the divide. You get some really outstanding views down the east side of the park, looking at all these alpine lakes. You can also summit Flat Top Mountain while you're up here. And then your first view looking down the North Inlet drainage. There's some pretty outstanding scenery. For night 3, I stayed at North Inlet Junction, and then I completed the hike the next day. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. 7 o'clock Saturday morning, driving up to Grand Lake. This is the main street of Grand Lake. It's a nice little town, and I've been here a few times, but since the last time I was here, they've now got a backpacking and camping gear outfitter, which they didn't have before. Now I'm heading up to the Ranger's Office and Visitor Center to pick up my permit. Alright, this is the Tanahutu trailhead. Heading to my first campsite at sunset, about 5 or 6 miles in. This will show up on camera very well because it doesn't zoom, but there's a couple of moose over there. Continue to hike up along Tanahutu Creek to Big Meadow. I was starting to think I'd never get here. And here we are. This is the smaller meadow, right by Sunrise Campsite. Finally starting our ascent up. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. You can see the edge of tree line over there, which is about where my campsite is. And see the stream down there where we just were. Alright, made it to Renegade Campground. Kind of walk up this trail a little bit and come to the tent area. The trail up the Haynock Lake. Boy, that's really stunning. I think this settles it for me. Colorado is every bit as pretty as the Sierras. Finally, Haynock Lake. Go. You can see way down there is Grand Lake and Shadow Lake, I believe. That's where I started from, where I'm heading back to. First view of the North Inlet drainage, I guess that's what you call it. I'm dropping down to, there's the switchbacks over there. I think you can see it. Alright, I'm at North Inlet Junction, my camp spot for the night. There's one tent pad. Yep, for the night. It's Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock, backed up, and heading back to the trailhead. Got about an 8-mile hike this morning. Been hearing the elk bugling. These are the pools around Big Pole Campground. This is Cascade Falls on the North Inlet Trail. All right. This is where we get off. This is always a slightly nervous part. Is the car okay? And here we are. Looks okay. Alright, that concludes the Tanahatu Inlet, North Inlet Loop. 26, 20 to 28 miles or so complete. God, this may take a while. You can see them all coming from up there.